Hello everyone, SM Collectibles here and welcome back to another video. In today's video is going to be a beginner's guide to how to find the watermark on a stamp. So what I'm going to be showing today is how to find watermarks on stamps using lighter fluid. This is probably the cheapest way of doing it. All of this equipment, so the watermark tray, lighter fluid, the tweezers, all of that comes to less than £10. So it's the quickest, easiest, most effective way to check for watermarks on your stamps at home. I recommend if you have a more expensive stamp or one that's a bit more fragile, a bit more rare, you don't want to have any chance of damaging, go to a professional philatelist who will help you find the watermark on it better than this. This is a safe way, it's safe for the stamps, but just in case you don't want to use too much or you don't want to damage the stamp whilst moving it around between the tray and the drying rack here. So what a watermark is, it's something on the stamps that you can't see without using some form of lighter fluid or liquid to reveal it. It's something that acts as a way to prove that stamps are real, so it helps stop counterfeiting. It's something that's not really used on stamps anymore, so most modern stamps won't have watermarks, but a lot of earlier stamps do, and acted as a way of proving authenticity. Because stamps, it's a similar thing to currency where they have like a bit of silver or something in the currency to back it and show that it's real. So you can test to see if notes are real or coins are real, the same way you can with stamps, because they do have value, and it's a value not just in the collecting sense, but value when they're produced, when they're released. It's the postmark on them that devalues them and cancels them out to say they've been used, but they do have their own value just the same as currency does. So watermark helps prove that. Now, why do you want to look at the watermark? Why would a stamp collector want to look at the watermark? So it's a way of proving authenticity, as I mentioned, helps show the stamp's real, and also sometimes stamps have inverted watermarks or there's some kind of errors there, which makes it rarer, more valuable, more sought after. But that's enough talking and explaining of it, and I'll show you how to do it now. So I just have some basic stamp tweezers here, and here's my stamp. So for this I'm going to just be using a penny red. So a fairly old stamp, and I know for a fact that these have watermarks on, but if I turn the stamp around, you cannot see the watermark visibly with the naked eye. You can kind of see through the stamp to see the postmark and Queen Victoria. Ignore the 29 written on it, that's just something that's been added on later. But you can kind of see through it to the other side, but you can't see a watermark. Right, so I'll show you how to reveal it. So you get a watermark tray. This wasn't very expensive. I brought it off Amazon, I believe. It's just essentially a piece of plastic, which has got an open space here and a drying rack here. Put the stamp face down in this section. Then you get the lighter fluid. You don't need very much, and obviously it's going to smell quite strong because it's lighter fluid. There are specific stamp-based fluids for this, but they're more expensive, and I only recommend them if you've got a more expensive stamp or a bit further down the line. If you're just a beginner, if you just want to do this on your stamps at home, this is the cheapest way. It works just as well, and it's a lot more cost effective. So you just take the lighter fluid, put a few drops on the stamp, so the back's covered. I spilled a bit there, but it's just make sure the back of the stamp is covered. And you can close that. And then just allow it to soak up. I know it might seem a bit strange putting fluid on the stamp, but this is a safe way to do it, and it will dry the stamp. The stamp will dry quickly after, and you won't notice you put any liquid on it. So it's already revealed the watermark. I'll lift up the tray. As you can see, there's a crown on the water. There's a crown on the stamp. There's a crown here. You can see the outline of it, the back of the stamp. That's the watermark. So that wasn't visible with the naked eye, but the mixture of the dark background and the lighter fluid has revealed the watermark. So if I lift it up, again, you won't be able to see it, but then you place it down. If I put it more in the liquid bit, then you can see it there. And that's the quickest and easiest way to reveal it. Once you're done, just put that on the drying tray and leave it. It should only take a couple of minutes, and then all of it will dry. The stamp will completely dry, and there won't be any difference to it before. Obviously, I think if you keep you keep using this lighter fluid, if you kept putting it on a stamp, it could eventually cause damage over time, which is why it's not the best idea to do on really expensive stamps. But cheaper stamps, only doing it once on them like I've just done now, it's the quickest and easiest way to reveal the watermark. So that should nearly be dry now. If I just lift it up, it's still a little bit wet, but it doesn't take long to dry. And that's about it really. It's just a short video for any beginner philatelists or people interested in how to see a watermark, what a watermark is. This should just act as a beginner's guide to that. So hopefully you've enjoyed it. I'll do more stamp collecting videos in the future. I'm not an expert in it, but I've got a few tips for beginners and I could show some of my collection. I'm interested in a lot of collectibles, stamps included, so that can come into future videos. Hopefully this has helped you, and if it did, please leave a like and feel free to subscribe and leave a comment on your stamp collecting journey, how you got into it, how it's going, what your favourite stamps are, and any tips of your own. But thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.